Welcome to Fake News. All right, let's meet this week's panel. It's former Mirror journalist. He loves his time at the Mirror. He's very, very proud. Talks about it all the time. And, of course, talkRADIO presenter Kevin O'Sullivan. Well done, Kevin. You're the first ever straight, middle-aged white man on television.
And you won't be having another one on your show ever again, right?
Oh, right.
This is an experiment. You're not prepared to try it again.
An experiment.
Well, I'm very proud to be here in such a kind of exalted role.
Assistant showbiz editor of The Sun on Sunday, Hannah Hope.
Hello.
Hello. One of your most famous showbiz scoops, Hannah, is the time that you revealed Ozzy Osbourne was at his calmest when he was trying to kill his wife, Sharon. We all know how he feels. And my final guest, well, he's an Apprentice star. He's also a columnist for The Daily Star. It's Ryan-Mark Parsons.
Hello, Cristo.
Hello. And of course, you were used to spending week after week with someone miserable, grumpy, who wanted to kick you out at any moment. So that's why we put you with Kevin. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's get on with fake news. So let's get on with our first round. I am going to read a story to our panel. They need to decide whether it is fake or whether it's fact. 200,000 people in the last year have ditched their TV licence. Is that fake or is it fact?
People in this country don't realise this is like one of the weirdest places on the face of the earth. Nowhere else in the world do you go to prison if you don't pay for watching something like Strictly Come Dancing. It's bizarre. It's anachronistic. It's ridiculous.
Is Tess Daly worth the TV licence to you, Hannah Hope?
Oh my goodness, absolutely not. I mean, I know someone very close to me, not naming names, who doesn't pay their TV licence, and there's no way of catching you.
Kevin's very close to you.
No, I just get other
Kevin as
people to pay for it. I didn't say my licence wasn't paid for.
I
just said I don't pay for it.
Oh, other people pay for it.
I've always got other people.
I don't know what arrangement you've got going on with other people paying the TV licence for you.
No, I know how
so
to
Tess
suck up to
Daly
people.
is not worth £156 a year or whatever it is.
No, of course
She is
not.
dead behind the eyes, though, isn't she?
She probably says she probably gets paid, I don't know, like £100 a word or something for every...
And that word is judges. Let's see what the judges
All
thought.
right, so is that fact or is it fake? 200 extra people in the last year, fact or fake?
Well, it's fact.
Yes, well done. On to you.
Yes.
Vaccinated people may be given priority at petrol stations during the fuel crisis. There is a full crisis.
Yeah.
During the fuel crisis
crisis.
as an incentive for young people like yourself to get the vaccine. Is that fact or is it fake?
Got your
Why are they
driving
doing
licence?
that?
Do you even drive yet? Are you old enough?
No, well, I have a provisional.
Okay,
I haven't.
okay.
I don't drive yet. So I give up. I get taxis everywhere. So I got my bike to the studios.
Have stopped you being able to get anywhere anyway, so I don't know why there's a fuel crisis. And they've closed all of the roads because Sadiq Khan is against the driver. They've put planters absolutely everywhere. There is no point in even driving your car anywhere anyway now.
Do you have any viewpoints on cyclists at all?
Don't even start me on cyclists needing 15
I've never heard you
miles
bore on about cyclists
of
before.
the road in order to stop people getting anywhere. And then they go through red lights, they knock people over on
But
pages.
you know what's great? When your show comes on the radio, I think, what am I going to do for the next 3 hours? I know, I can listen to some old git going on about bicycles. So that's perfect.
In fairness, that's the closest I get to a bicycle. Ryan-Mark, is that fact or is it fake?
I would say that is fake.
You would be right. It is fake.
There we go.
So at the end of round one, I don't know, so let's move on.
Oh, great.
Well, I think Hannah's losing.
Emma Thompson says we might have to start eating our pets. She said this at an Extinction Rebellion protest. Apparently, is that fact or is it fake?
Well, I do
This
know
is
the
your
answer to this, but
question.
we're going to put this out to discussion. What we do know
Like
about
Emma Thompson?
What would the reasoning
what we do know
be?
about Emma Thompson is she is the Lord and Lady of all climate change hypocrites, given that she flew over first class on a jumbo jet from Hollywood in order to attend in Piccadilly Circus or was it Oxford Circus, the Extinction Rebellion protest against climate change, having just polluted the planet no end, and then she stood on that stupid pink boat and said, "Save the planet."
And
well,
now
why don't
we
you
know.
save the planet?
And now we know the same 3 hours we hear on your show every night. So that's Emma Thompson. Now I think Emma Thompson, she's very, very famous for certain movies. Talking about eating her pets.
Nanny McPhee.
Nanny McPhee.
That's all I remember her from.
Remains of the Dalmatian.
What's that?
Love, actually, I'll eat the hamster. What do we say?
What is it? Fake or false? Well,
Fake or fact?
It's true.
No, what do you
It's
want to
true,
say?
it's true.
Well, I don't understand. Why would we have to eat our pets?
Protein.
Protein,
My
she
God.
It's the only way to get hold of protein, apparently,
it's
because when we
true.
killed all
She
the
couldn't have said
animals,
that. That's
you'll have to
ridiculous.
eat your dog. You'd eat your dog. You hate your dog.
I'd eat my dog. If it meant for survival, I'd eat my dog, my cockapoo or whatever it is.
Well, it'd certainly eat you.
It's too small.
If you
Too small to eat me. But I don't really understand. Why is she advocating? I thought she'd be sort of for...
No, but she's saying
pets.
in emergency conditions, if we don't do something about the planet and our consumption of meat, there'll be a terrible shortage and we'll end up having to eat our own pets.
There's been times in my life when I've been tempted to eat a cockapoo.
A lot of
Cockapoo.
Oh, sorry,
I
I
definitely said
misheard
that.
you.
It doesn't work though, because all Extinction Rebellion people are living vegan, aren't they? So they're
Yeah.
not going to eat their pets.
That is true. So what are we saying? You're saying
It's
that
true,
that's
it's a
fact.
true story.
Yes.
Oh my
no,
goodness.
it's fact. It is fact.
Yeah, I know
It's
that. I know,
fact.
I know it is.
All right. Well done, everyone. I don't care about the scores at all. Hannah, you'll probably win. And the next round, that was the woke that was. Yes, all of the questions in this round are about wokeness, snowflakes, and political correctness. Kevin, you're going to love this one.
It's right up my street.
Woke students, Kevin, at Oxford University are demanding clapping should be banned. They want jazz hands used instead. What do we all think? Is that fact or is it fake?
Why would clapping be banned? Because it's violent.
Because of deaf people.
Or aggressive? It's a very aggressive...
It isn't that. It's that if you do that, then it's an oral experience, and that is being prejudiced against deaf people because they can't hear the clapping. So it's better if you do jazz hands so they can
I
see.
feel very, very, very violated that you've just talked about an oral experience. That's all I'm saying.
Oral.
Oh, oral.
But surely deaf people...
You've got the mind of a sort of 15-year-old or something. They're obsessed with
And the look.
Very horny
Thank
today.
you.
puking.
Very horny today, aren't
I'm quite horny today. It's Kevin. It's right next to Kevin.
getting you
It's what he
excited.
does to me.
Doing here?
It's what he does to me. Shall I move up a little bit, Kevin? Would you
No,
like me to
please
come
don't.
nearer?
Yeah, that way.
Ryan-Mark,
But I don't get
is
it.
clapping aggressive?
No,
I mean,
it's
have
not
you ever
aggressive.
been,
to do with
have you ever
aggressiveness.
been
You know, I can't even get the stories
Have you ever been
right.
scared of the clap?
I've never been scared of the clap. And even if it's to accommodate deaf people, they can still see people clapping. So I don't understand the difference
But
between
how would they
jazz
know if
hands
they're
or
behind?
claps.
How would they know that the clapping's happening?
But they can see with their eyes. They're not
No,
blind.
they can't. But if they're ahead, the people
Well,
are
they need
behind
to go to
them.
the back.
So you need to put deaf people at the back.
Go to the back. If they want to
think
see the
deaf
clapping,
people
they need
shouldn't
to go
be-
to the back.
You think deaf people shouldn't be at the front of the room? That's
Well, surely the
prejudice.
clapping is the most uninteresting part of whatever you're watching, right? So I don't understand why it's a spectacle. Why do they need to see the clapping anyway? I don't get it.
Because they want to be a part of things. I don't know. I'm not deaf.
Well, just clap and watch on the stage, you know?
All
I
right.
don't see
So,
why they need to
Kevin,
watch your...
is that fact or
It's a
fake?
fact.
No.
Well done. Hannah Hope, a shopping centre in Croydon have replaced
I
Father
won't have read
Christmas.
this story, by the way. I'm already glazing
Oh,
over.
the game's too difficult for you. Too easy for you. Bloody
Shopping
Goldilocks.
centre in Croydon, yes. I've never been to Croydon.
They've replaced Father Christmas with a woke, gender-fluid Christmas this year in a bid for equality. Is that fact?
That's
Or is it
ridiculous.
fake?
So a gender fluid Christmas, so what would we call them?
Christmas.
Well, it would just be
Christmas.
Christmas parents. Rather than Father or Mother Christmas, it would be Christmas parent.
Parent Christmas.
So no pronouns involved.
No pronouns involved.
They.
They've got rid of the nativity because they couldn't find a virgin in Croydon.
So they're following the likes of Sam Smith, Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
Okay, no, okay.
You would say, you know, when Father Christmas comes to visit, it will be Parent Christmas, and they will leave their presents for the little boy
Do you know
or
what?
girl or in between.
Once, when I was at university, in Reading Shopping Centre, I was an elf at Christmas time in one of these grottos.
Elf for safety, yeah.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. And a lot of the kids were really scared of Father Christmas. They'd be queuing up for hours and they'd sit on his knee and be
gender
like...
was your elf?
I actually don't think it was gender specific.
Well, they
So
weren't
there we
scared
go.
of you, though.
No, they weren't
All
scared
right,
of me.
what's your answer? Is that fake or is it fact?
I think that's fake.
You're right.
Yay, finally!
One correct at last.
I
Okay.
hadn't read it.
Ryan-Mark. Philip Schofield has pledged his support to the woke warriors at Insulate Britain by pledging to glue himself to the M25 for a This Morning special. Is that fact or is it fake? I mean, I'm sure he's not unfamiliar with a lay-by the side of the M25, isn't he?
I feel like that's something he would do, just for a bit of attention. I feel like that's what he would do.
Do you
Philip
think Philip
Schofield
famously came out last year? It was on live TV, very brave of him
bravely,
to do.
yes, it
He's
was
been
brave
given
for
awards
him.
for it since, you know, for being a real trailblazer in the LGBTQ plus community.
The what, sorry? Where was the award for Mrs. Schofield? I mean, she needed an award to be a gay ally. She was a gay ally for 30 years. She was married to a gay man.
But what did he do that deserved an award? Just coming out and...
Yeah. Why
I
is
don't
that
understand
brave?
why
Why
you
is
need
that
to get an
brave?
award
Why
for
didn't his
that.
publicist, his editor, his agent, or any of the other people involved in that very spontaneous coming out, Holly Willoughby, why didn't any of them...
He's
Exactly.
a man in his 50s,
Exactly.
married with kids,
Yeah.
and it was a brave decision to come out and tell the truth.
Where's her award?
What-
Where's
Why
Mrs.
did-
Schofield's
missing in the
award?
post. He might have taken
Wait a
it.
second. Why didn't he tell the truth before? He's been on telly for about 30 years. So he's subjected all the viewers to a 30-year lie.
And does it change?
That wasn't very brave,
Does
was
it
it?
change
Well,
what he did to
finally-
Gordon the Gopher?
No, so he's been a coward. If he's brave to come out, he's been a coward for 30
Finally
years.
face the truth, and hopefully,
I
you
think
know,
he
lots
needed
of
to
other
come out in
people-
his own time, but I don't think he should get an award for it. But like you said, that it was such a theatre at this morning. I would imagine he'd do
So
something
you're not
like
convinced?
that.
You should be an ally.
It's just brilliant,
As a member of
though.
the LGBTQI
Yeah, but I don't think people should get
community.
awards for doing it.
I don't
It's-
know if he's come out, but I don't know if he's sort of quietly gone back in because he hasn't been very active.
He's gone back in the closet.
Back in the closet.
He hasn't been very active.
He's in
scared of people
Narnia.
like you.
He's in
He
Narnia.
hasn't been very active since coming out, has
Well, I
he?
don't know whether he's active or not. That's a question just for him.
He's not on Grindr?
I don't know
not seen
whether
him
he's
on
on Grindr. And I don't know whether Mrs.
What's
Schofield...
Grindr?
It's a
on
gay
So
dating
you
app.
know what Grindr is.
You must know Grindr.
Even I know that.
Okay, is that... But would he pledge his allegiance to Insulate Britain by gluing himself to a motorway, do you think? For this morning special, remember they were hugging trees this week, so they have got environmental. Is that fake or fact?
Yeah, they do things like hugging trees, Alison Hammond, etc. So I would say, yeah, that is...
Calling Alison Hammond a tree.
She's a tree. No, not a tree. Maybe she's the size of a tree, but she's...
I think you're not
bit of a
supposed to
tree
say
hugger.
that.
Yeah, that's fattest.
Sorry.
That's fattest.
Size of a tree.
I would say that is fake. No,
Awfully sorry
facts,
to
facts.
Alison
facts.
Hammond, if you are watching, we didn't mean that at all. You're a lovely lady. She got rid of a gastric band. Do you know that? Jumped off the gastric bandwagon. What do you think? Fact or fake?
No, fact. I can
That
imagine
is
him
fact.
do that.
That is actually fake. He is not going to glue himself to any part of Insulate Britain or anyone involved in
Yeah,
it.
he wouldn't support
They are
Insulate
breathing
Britain. They're
a
too
sigh
unpopular.
of relief. Well done, all. We'll calculate the scores in a moment. Okay, time for our next round. This is when we throw in a few stories about some famous hypocrites, but of course, some of the stories we may have been faking it. It's hypocrite or faking it. Hannah, Boris Johnson has been accused of being a hypocrite as he wants to have a green revolution whilst fathering at least 7 children. Is he a hypocrite or are we faking it?
I think it's more than 7, isn't it? All the
thought it
ones
was
we
more than
know
7.
about
What
as
there could be.
well.
You could well be pregnant right now as a result of
With
us
Boris's
even
child.
asking this
I could
question.
be, knowing
You
Boris,
could be.
yeah.
Do you ever think about how strong Boris's sperm is, Ryan-Mark?
No, I don't
Every
think
night I think about Boris's sperm. Every night I dream about it.
I lose sleep about the power
Yeah.
of Boris's sperm.
But it is
Keeps me
very,
up.
very powerful. If we're saying maybe, potentially more than 7, and that might be why this story isn't true, that is a very powerful Tory seed, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's very worrying. He, I think probably it's not true.
Do you think he's got the strongest sperm in the cabinet?
I'd say so.
Hang on, what's not true?
He's got good genes, the hair and,
Yeah, good
the
genes,
rest of it.
good
Not a very
nails.
good-looking guy, though, is he? A bit ugly.
Do you fancy Boris? Do you have a little bit of a
Who would
thing?
fancy Boris?
A guilty crush.
Yeah, do you?
Maybe a bit, yeah.
Is
Really?
it his virility?
He's a little
It's his
short guy.
power. I think it's his power.
Oh, yeah, that works.
I think being the most powerful man in Britain is
He
attractive.
does get a lot of women. I mean, when you think about the number of mistresses as well, I mean, you could throw a stick in the street and hit one, right?
Well,
Jennifer.
I think that he's finally met his match with Carrie. She seems to be wearing the trousers now, doesn't she?
Well, Carrie Johnson is both a job title and a name, isn't it? So, what are we saying? He's a hypocrite. This is true.
yes.
Yes, it is true. He is trying to repopulate the world, and he does have the strongest sperm in Britain. Okay, Ryan, Mark, on to you. Meghan and Harry have been accused of being hypocrites after staying silent even when Netflix have supposedly streamed a musical based on Harry's dead mother, Diana. Are they hypocrites? Are we faking it? What do you think? I mean, a musical based on Diana, Princess of Wales, that sounds like an
I have heard
absolute
of this
dream
musical.
for me.
This is the same Harry and Meghan who have picked up a £150 million contract from Netflix.
Which
Is
could
that right?
be the number of reasons why they've stayed silent. So what are we saying?
I would say, what is it, faking or hypocrites?
Hypocrite.
Hypocrites.
They are hypocrites. You're absolutely right. Diana the musical is streaming on Netflix at the moment. I watched it last night. It
Oh, did you?
actually involves the Queen doing coordinated synchronised dancing with courtiers. It's also got Prince Charles body popping in it, and Camilla has a wonderful solo. All right, time's up. That is it. That's all the time we've got. Congratulations. Well done to you, Ryan Mark. You are the winner, not because you got the
not,
most
though.
points, but because
It's not. You just made that up.
Are my favourite. Well, frankly, you're just
I
a
won fair and
grumpy sod. Hannah, you didn't do very well. Ryan Mark, well done.
Thank you.
That is
You're not gonna have a
Kevin,
proper
don't be a
scoring system. There's no
snowflake.
point.
Stop being a snowflake. Otherwise, you'll be a question on next week's show. Thank you very much indeed for watching. We'll be back very, very soon with more fake news. Goodbye.